And Kai is a guy who will use music as a metaphor to inspire individuals and organizations. And he's trying to compose different paths of imagination and fulfillment. He's a product of Stanford University. He's in their design and engineering program. And he's proven himself as a worldwide leader in being the next generation, the modern generation, what we're trying to do at UVM, and being innovative and trying to cultivate, and for him especially with entrepreneurial talent, but for us with athletic talent. So it's with complete pride and honor that I'm going to introduce Kight.
Whether it's music or in life, we often think that we can solve our problems by changing the stage around us. So we try to change our location, we change maybe our job title, our major in school, we change the stage, but we often run into the same issues because we don't realize that we're bringing the same exact music with us, the same exact performance with us ourselves everywhere we go. And so at this time where you're looking to start in this new season, a question for all of us to ask is, are we just waiting for that stage, that season, that practice, that college experience? Are we waiting for that stage to be perfect? Or are we asking ourselves, what qualities are we bringing to the stage that's right in front of us? And something Todd and I talked about a lot was this idea of mastery. Well, mastery isn't just an action, it's a state of being that we can carry with us to any environment. Mastery isn't built on a stage in front of others. It's built in the moments when we as musicians or as athletes are willing to play alone, when no one is around to applaud us. The greatest form of mastery is when the performer is actually so secure in their own music, so secure in their own part, that they have the capacity to look up and adjust to the needs of others around them. And so, in a sense, whether it's an orchestra, a team, any environment in which we're supporting one another, knowing oneself in so many ways is the greatest gift that we can give to others. For you all, as you embark on this new season, is this idea of doing things a certain way, having that one way, our way that we come across, the qualities that we embody as a team. There's a certain spirit, there's a tenacity that you'll bring to everything you do this year that will transcend the good days, the bad days, the wins, the losses. And as we look forward to the next few months, this is likely going to be the strangest hockey season for any of you. But despite all of this, the question is, how do we still commit to being better? How do we commit to being a better teammate? And so, in life, we often think of disrespect as something that's loud and abrasive. But there's a much more subtle type of disrespect, and that's the silent acceptance of mediocrity. And so when we don't use the red pen on our teammates, the people we care for, in some ways it shows just how little we think their capacity for growth is. The red pen is a tool that we have to learn to use with skill and grace. Now, as a team, you have your one way of doing things. You have the spirit of what you do. But I'd like to offer that this one way isn't a specific drill, not a specific practice, not a specific place where you practice, not a specific arena. No, it's so much bigger than that. It's an internal mindset, an internal state of mind that can go with you anywhere, an internal state that only you as a team and as individuals can define. And so one of the last questions I want to ask you is, as composers of this season, composers of your team, right? This culture that you're creating, what's the word? What's the word you're writing at the top of your music? And I would argue that once we have this clarity, we can understand that in the midst of all of this chaos that's happening right now, we can understand that it's possible for us to achieve our highest aim without any specific one technique that got us to where we are today. And so often we think of courage as taking this brave action or being the loudest, but courage isn't always loud, especially in a time like this. I would argue that true courage is the silent understanding that there are an infinite number of ways for us to thrive on stage. And as you approach the season, things are going to look different. Things are going to feel different. The way you communicate is going to feel different. But as long as you remember that this is simply a process of discovering a new way of doing things, discovering a new path, then the power is still in your hands. Courage, the root of courage isn't always force. It's flexibility of the mind.